Good morning, Sagittarius gang. How is everybody on this eclipse eve, if you will? And to be honest, I'm not even really sure what time the eclipse is happening. I mean, I did look, y'all. I did look, but it looks as if it's happening around midnight. I'm on Eastern time. It looks like Eastern time it's happening midnight to 2 a.m. And then I saw someplace else that it's happening at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm not really sure. Sag. I know I failed you. But, although this eclipse is really like the concepts are being rewarded for the things that we've worked on, and they will be revisiting themes that were occurring around this time in 2021, because I believe that's when the Taurus Scorpio axis started. Yeah. I mean, I know it's horrible to say, but I'm so thankful I'm not a Taurus, because Tauruses were really going through it, but things are going to push forward for them now. But chaos is here, y'all. It's here. So, it's really hard to see that this brings good things, but it really does. And I mean, chaos shows us so much. And so this is a time of just really kind of sitting back and watching, and I do feel here, Sagittarius is always kind of affected by Scorpio season. So Scorpio season, basically because we're light people and Scorpio season's so dark, Scorpio wants the dark to come to the light. I mean, and there's a lot of feeling. So typically Scorpio season tends to be not so easy for Sagittarius. But especially if you have strong Scorpio placements like I do, but it is ultimately good. And we are seeing Scorpio energy in here, but also we're, and don't shoot the messenger here, y'all. I keep it real with you. Because, all right, the universe, this is your message from the moon, okay? And by the way, every Friday is when I pick a commenter and give them a small message, just a couple of cards at the end of Friday's reading. And today it's Julia Fisher, because she's so devoted. Thank you, Julia. So, okay, here's what's happening. So, you're really being tasked here, Sagittarius, and to be more vulnerable. And that's hard for us. Like, we are transparent people, but we are not like hard on our sleeve people. We're happy people, but we're not out here dripping feelings. You know what I mean? And vulnerability, like, we detest showing our flaws. Like, we never ever will let people know when something is wrong. Like, our answer is going to be, no matter what anyone says, everything is fine. Because that's just how Sagittarius is. And you've really been being called to a time of collaboration, cooperation, even letting other people help you. So, and this is a difficult flow for Sag, because we're used to doing everything ourselves. And a lot of the times what they say is that Sagittarius will focus on everyone else's problems so that they don't have to deal with their own. And I believe sometimes that's true. But I also believe that we are probably one of the more self-aware signs. And we very much are, we very much have mastery over our emotions, which maybe, with so many people that don't, maybe they have a problem with that. But now is not the time for self-mastery, Sag. Now is the time for letting things out. So the first quarter moon in Scorpio, which basically happened right after the new moon. So you may actually be feeling this now, you know, and that is like you're being called to whatever stops you from being vulnerable, especially in terms of, you know, expressing what you want, you know, because I feel like what may be coming up for you is that taking a look at maybe sometimes how your needs aren't met, and realizing, because Sagittarius has been calling in their power, realizing that your needs are important, right? But I do feel like they want you to show up in a more vulnerable way and really don't be afraid to express what it is you want. But they're asking you to do it in a positive way, you know, because we inspire people, Sag, and that's part of it. Like when we're positive, people listen, believe it or not, and feel very drawn to us. So they're asking you to do it in a positive way, and just know that by doing this, this is actually going to push forward you getting your desires met. You know, we can't get our desires met, our needs met if we don't say what they are, right? But don't be savage about it. It's pretty much what the universe is saying, right? And they're really telling you that, okay, so Sagittarius, I feel like I'm doing a TED talk here. We come off as chasers, okay? But we're just like Aries. We're assertive when it comes to movement. When we want something, we don't hesitate. When we like even in little things, like when we um have something to say, we don't hesitate. When if you know, we'll often be the first one to message, the first one to call, the first one to do something. That is the Sagittarius way, and I feel like the universe is saying anything that you have to chase is not for you, Sag. Is not for you. And maybe we may be moving away from that energy. Maybe we don't need to be the first one. You know, maybe we don't need to be the assertive one. Maybe we are supposed to allow other people to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so full moon in Aquarius, that is, you know, and they're telling you that anything that you may be chasing, and y'all know what I mean, um, know your worth. Know your worth, and just know, I think sometimes it's because you want something to happen faster, but don't do that, because they're telling you that anything that is aligning with your worth is going to show up for you in due time. You don't need to make it happen. Okay, Sag, that's a deep message for Sagittarius for sure. That's your message from the moon. The moon had a lot to say to you, Sag. You know, and you're really feeling this Scorpio energy. And it's funny because I feel like you're feeling the Scorpio energy, but it's kind of mixed with your Sagittarius energy, right? Like you're being shown really deep things, really, maybe even because it's Pluto themes, like maybe even kind of painful from the subconscious, right? Um, and to be honest, you're feeling grateful about it. Like, I think of not all the signs, I don't know, maybe not all the signs, but I always find that Sagittarius is grateful for the lesson because we're about growth, you know? It's like, it's kind of like, okay, check, note it, note it. So let's see, Sag, some details that may be affecting you this weekend. Um, got it I feel like someone might be showing you kindness, Sag. And it's so interesting because often the way that Sagittarius does things is not understood. Like, this is coming into play. Like, you know, Sagittarius really isn't one who does things based on a rule book or a handbook. And, you know, even if there is a handbook, we will find our own way. And this is kind of a situation that you're facing. It's like people trying to bully you into whatever they think is the right way, specifically when it comes to, organization, or, you do it. It feels like Virgo energy to me. If you have a strong Virgo in your life, then you'll know what I'm talking about. We have to do this, then we have to do this, then we have to do this, then we have to do this. And they're trying to bully you into it. And that's just not your way. And I feel like it really, it could be that it overwhelms you, Sag, or makes you mad, you know? And it just feels like someone here is coming to your side, like someone is coming to your side in this situation. I don't know. Take that as that resonates for you, Sag. You know? Mm. Yeah, because friendship is present here. Okay. So there's that, Sag. There's that. Let's get on with it. Sagittarius, and we're using today the Moonology manifestation cards, and the Celestial Tarot. I'm still a little tired, y'all. I don't know about y'all, but I haven't really been sleeping. So, yeah. Every time a full moon comes, I cannot sleep. So, underneath the deck is really positive, Sag. What? Ten of Pentacles with the Emperor. It's really like things are starting to work out. And yes, they're happening slowly, but I feel like, you know, what's happening is that you are moving and creating structure, definitely in your home life, but definitely when it comes to your finances. And we have seen that in recent readings. As far as your energy this weekend, Sag, you're ready for the future, Sag. Three of Wands. You're ready to, and with the King of Swords, you're ready to start making decisions. You're tackling details. And since you're at the Three of Wands and the Two of Wands isn't here, you're ready to start taking action. And, I think you're spending the weekend laying a master plan. Laying a master plan. And I wanted to tell you, like, the mantra that I'm sure you've heard it. It's so popular. I don't chase, I attract. Whatever is meant to me will flow to me with ease. I added my own little spin on it, Sag. So that's how that's the energy you're in. You may be like really thinking and planning, and and I think it's good coming at the Three of Wands from a King of Swords angle, because the King of Swords is very logical. He's taking his time to look at what will work, you know? So you're not just jumping into taking action. It's well thought out, which is cool. It could be that a King of Swords is helping you with that. So yeah. The Nine of Swords, the High Priestess, and the King of Pentacles. There could be some information coming to you. It's like you definitely feel the need to make decisions here. And I feel like that might be what's weighing on you. I don't really think this weekend is the time for that. But I don't think that this is easy, because you want to make the right decisions. And you kind of feel like you don't have all the information. With the High Priestess is also your intuition, right? So your intuition will actually, and it's kind of like, okay, so you're very much feeling the moon this weekend, right? But you're kind of flowing in between the energy of being stuck in your head, overthinking, and it may actually block the necessary information that you need to make a decision. So I do feel like you definitely want to work on that. Okay. You want to, like, be very careful about overthinking this weekend or being worried, because it may actually block your intuition, because your intuition will tell you exactly what the move is. Exactly what the move is. I feel like definitely there are some who are very worried about stability and finances, and you know and that's why you're trying to really think about your next moves here, because you want to do the right thing. Yeah. And with the Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Seven of Cups, Sag, I just really feel like, and I don't even know what this is about for you, but I really feel as if you want to make decisions here. Um, because the Seven of Cups is all about that, right? And I do feel like this comes from a place, Sag, about not wanting to wait anymore and wanting things to push forward and wanting them to move faster, especially with the Knight of Pentacles being reversed. I feel like you're wanting to be in this planning, decision-making mood here this weekend, right? You're thinking so much about the future, but there's so many other things going on this weekend that doesn't allow for you to do that. It doesn't allow for it, you know? And that could be frustrating. I do feel like it may be a little frustrating. And with the Ace of Wands, this is what you're actually doing. The Ace of Wands reversed. And the Page of Cups. Because I feel like maybe other people's issues are creeping up. Okay. So I feel as if you may get some communication from someone. Someone is opening up to you. Possibly about, they're feeling not motivated. They're looking to you for motivation, Sag, because this would be a person where a lot of change is happening for them. With the Death card, it could be something ended in their life, and now they're having to make different plans, right? And kind of maybe, I don't, what should I do? With the Two of Wands, like, what should I do? And I feel like they're looking to you, Sag. Look, here's the Sun. That's interesting. Both the Sun and the Moon in your reading. Wow. I feel like they're looking to you for motivation. And positivity, obviously, here with the Sun being here. I feel like you're being very honest with this person in terms of, you're not pulling your punches with this person. You're being, because with the Seven of Wands, that always feels like, like you're making this person see what's available to them, right? But you're kind of doing it in a really brutally honest way. You definitely are. you know and I feel like what you're telling them is that do something. If you don't do something, then nothing will happen. But if you do something, something will happen. Yeah. Because King of Wands, Six of Wands, and Justice, like, I feel like that's what you're telling this person. I feel like you're telling them to just do something. Interesting. But you're also like, because that is a lot of the reason that people come to Sagittarius, and that's because we inspire people, we motivate people. And I think that, You're not being gentle with this person, which is interesting because they show up as the Page of Cups, which means they are kind of sensitive, you know? And I feel like you're not pulling any punches with this person. You are giving, and that kind of feels like it's coming from a place of you're just being defeatist, right? You're just being defeatist. You have so many opportunities. Why don't you see them? Why don't you, and you can't just talk about it or just feel some kind of way about things. You have to take action. And I feel like, woof, you're being given some tough love to this person, I feel like. Definitely Sag. Yeah, you're definitely helping them, though. You're definitely helping them. You're definitely giving them a lot of information. Yeah, with the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles, and the World reverse, which talks about unfinished business. Like, you're kind of telling this person they need to tie up their loose ends. And they need to take action on that before they even consider the Two of Wands, which is a new path. Wow, that was a whole specific story, Sag. So I don't know who that person is in your life, but it's happening. And I feel like that could be a distraction for you, and maybe even a little frustrating on some level because you were trying to plan your own actions, right? Right. Ooh, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. So let's see what you need to focus on this weekend, and then I will do Julia's message. Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to focus on? And I will timestamp Julia's message in case you're not here for it. Okay. What does Sagittarius need to focus on this weekend? Focus. Ooh, strategies on the bottom. What does Sagittarius need to focus on this weekend? Innocence, adaptability, and transformation. I feel like a lot of things are changing, and they want you to know that, when these changes come in, you might have to do things differently. And they're asking you to be open to that. Okay. Okay, Sag. So let's get a mindful message for my Sagittarius friends. Sorry if I'm talking even slower today. I don't know what it is. Must be the energy and feeling lazy and sluggish. What is your message for Sagittarius? Oh. Message for Sag. Oh boy, Sag. Fuel. Oh wow. That's funny. That was just as I was saying that I didn't have any energy. I enjoy doing things that fuel me. It feels great to do things for myself. When I make sure I'm taken care of, I can better show up for those in my life and the work that I do. Coming my way, unique opportunities aligned with my desires present themselves to me. I attract all that I need to make my dreams a reality. Obviously, that's a mantra for you today, Sag. Okay, let's get to Julia. Hi, Julia. Here's the message that you need to see. Julia, you got the Hermit, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the King of Wands. Interesting. I feel like the overall message for you here And especially if you've been kind of isolating yourself. Um, Even looking for an answer, Julia, because you're definitely showing up here. And I strongly felt the energy that, you know, it's time for you to stop hiding. Um, it's kind of like there's a truth here, Julia, and because if you look, the Ace of Swords is not facing up in this direction, it's in the ground. It's like you already know this to be true. And it's time for you to see the bigger picture and take action on the bigger picture here, Julia. I kind of feel like it's time for you to actively pursue your desires. But let's get more information. Oh, the Four of Cups reversed. You're supposed to see things in a different way. What's the Knight of Wands about? I feel like, and if the Knight of Wands is a person for you, I feel like you're needing to be honest about it with yourself. What is the Knight of Wands? The Moon. Strength. I feel like this is about something, Julia. What is the King of Wands? It's almost like something, Six of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. Six of Swords. I also feel like this meeting you're having this, with this weekend, I think there's going to be some things revealed to you, Julia, that is going to allow for you to see things differently, to see something differently. Because with the King of Wands, yes, he sees the big picture. He acts on the big picture. But he also, it's providing a new vision. The King of Wands is a visionary. And I feel like, wow, I actually feel like this meeting that you're having, it might actually lead you in a new life direction, because the Six of Swords is here with the Six of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. And I do feel like you're going to be finding out some things that kind of, it could change how you feel about the past. It could, but it definitely creates, wow. The Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Six of Swords. It allows for you to move on in some way. So I feel like whatever information that you're given, and this is something you didn't know, it is going to very much change how you see the past and give you a new vision for the future. That's beautiful. Jeez. Okay, Julia, that's what I have for you. And for anyone who's listening, I'm wondering if y'all would be interested in pick a card readings as well. So that's been something I've been thinking about. So have a great weekend.